You've done everything they told you to do. You've been kind, you've been funny, you've listened carefully, and you've shown her you care. You thought that would be enough, but it wasn't. You sent messages that went unanswered. You waited for a sign, a spark, anything. Instead, she drifted away, and you watched as she gave her attention to someone else. Not the loud, over-eager guy, but the calm one. The guy who barely says a word, but somehow holds the room. You're left wondering, what's the difference? Why does that guy, who seems uninterested, become the one she notices? What secret does he hold that you don't? The truth is, it's not about being the loudest or the flashiest. It's not about looks, money, or smooth lines. It's something deeper, a quiet strength that you can learn and develop. It's called Stoicism. Stoicism isn't just an old philosophy. It's a way to control your emotions, build confidence, and become unshakable. When you master this mindset, you stop chasing approval and instead become magnetic. You attract attention, not because you try hard, but because you're calm, confident, and grounded. Women pick up on this energy. It's something wired into us, something primal. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use Stoic principles to transform your presence and attract any woman you want. No gimmicks, no tricks, just real, powerful changes you can start making today. If you're tired of being overlooked and want to become the man who naturally draws people in, keep watching. This is the mindset shift that changes everything. Let's dive into the first and perhaps most important principle you need to understand. Control. Not control over others, but control over yourself, your emotions, your reactions, your mindset. This is the core of Stoicism, and it's the secret sauce behind why some men naturally attract women without trying too hard. Imagine this: a room full of chaos. People are yelling, phones are ringing non-stop, and everyone around you seems to be losing their cool. Now picture a man sitting quietly, maybe journaling or meditating, completely calm, unaffected by the storm around him. That calmness isn't weakness, it's power. Women, whether consciously or not, are drawn to men who don't need their approval. Why? Because needing approval reveals insecurity and desperation. When a man constantly seeks validation, it's like a signal flare screaming, "I'm not enough on my own." That's a major turnoff. On the other hand, when you control your emotions and don't react impulsively, you become mysterious. You create space, a kind of magnetic pull. Women get curious. What's his story? Why doesn't he seem affected? This curiosity naturally turns into attraction. Think about it. Who do you find more attractive? The guy who laughs at your jokes, agrees with everything, and hangs on your every word? Or the one who listens, speaks only when he wants to, and stays cool no matter what? The latter is the man who commands attention without trying. This emotional control doesn't mean suppressing feelings or being cold. It means mastering your inner world, so external events don't dictate your mood. When you resist the urge to impress, you stop chasing validation and start living on your own terms. That freedom is incredibly attractive. The man who doesn't flinch when tested, who stays calm when tension rises, instantly earns respect and curiosity. And once curiosity is sparked, attraction follows naturally. It's like a secret code. Women pick up on this energy instinctively. So, how do you build this control? Start small. Practice pausing before reacting. When someone challenges you, don't jump in immediately. Breathe, reflect, respond thoughtfully. Over time, this trains your mind to stay steady even in uncomfortable situations. Journaling is another powerful tool. Writing down your thoughts helps you understand your emotional triggers and patterns. It brings clarity and calmness. Meditation, too, strengthens your ability to observe emotions without being overwhelmed. When you can remain calm in the chaos, whether it's a stressful day, a disagreement, or a challenging social situation, you show strength. This strength is silent but visible. Women feel it, even if they can't explain why. In fact, many women describe being attracted to men who seem unbothered or unshakable. That's exactly what emotional control looks like. It signals stability, confidence, and security, qualities that are deeply appealing. Remember, attraction is often about energy, not words. When your energy says, "I'm in control of myself," it says a lot more than any pickup line ever could. So here's the takeaway. Stop trying to impress. Stop chasing approval. Focus on mastering your emotions. Become the man who doesn't flinch when tested. That's how you earn curiosity and eventually genuine attraction. Now let's move to the second powerful Stoic principle that can completely change your dating game. Detachment is power. You've probably heard the saying, "You chase what you can't have." It's not just a cliche, it's rooted in deep human psychology and timeless Stoic wisdom. When it comes to attraction, this couldn't be more true. Women naturally gravitate toward men who aren't overly available or desperate. Why? Because desire thrives on mystery and challenge. Imagine a woman trying to figure you out. She watches you, trying to read your emotions, intentions, and boundaries. But you remain calm, unbothered, and detached. That's magnetic. It creates tension, curiosity, and an irresistible pull. Stoicism teaches us a crucial lesson here. You own nothing, only your mind. This means that external things, approval, attention, relationships, aren't truly yours to control. What you do control is your reaction, your mindset, your detachment from outcomes. When you live by this principle, you stop clinging to people or situations. You become free, and freedom is attractive. Too often, men make the mistake of being too available. They answer every call, respond immediately to every message, and bend over backwards to please. This behavior signals neediness and fear of loss. It's the fastest way to kill attraction. Instead, show interest, but never neediness. You can be warm and engaging without losing your autonomy. You can express attraction without sacrificing your boundaries. For example, if she texts you and you're busy, don't feel pressured to reply instantly. Take your time. Keep your life full and interesting, so you're not just waiting around for her approval. This subtle distance creates value, because what's easy to get loses its appeal. Remember the words of the great Stoic Marcus Aurelius, who said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. When you internalize this truth, you stop depending on external validation. You become steady and confident no matter what. Epictetus also reminded us, it's not what happens to you, but how you react that matters. That means if she pulls away or tests you, your power is in your response. You can choose calm detachment over panic or desperation. Detachment doesn't mean being cold or indifferent. It means valuing yourself enough to not lose your balance over someone else's attention. It means you're the prize, not the other way around. This mindset naturally sparks desire because it flips the usual dynamic. When you're not clinging or desperate, women instinctively feel drawn to try and earn your attention. It creates a healthy tension that fuels attraction. So, practice detachment. Keep your life vibrant and busy. Show you're interested, but don't overextend yourself. Be the man who owns his mind, not his circumstances. That's true power. That's magnetic energy. Now that you understand control and detachment, let's explore a powerful truth. Emotional mastery equals sexual energy. You might wonder, what does mastering your emotions have to do with sexual attraction? The answer is everything. Attraction is as much about energy as it is about looks or words. And one of the strongest energies you can project is emotional stillness, the ability to hold your ground, especially when under emotional pressure. Women, whether they realize it or not, subconsciously test men's emotional stability. These tests come in subtle ways. Sometimes it's a sharp glance, a challenging question, or a sudden change in tone. It's like an unspoken challenge. Can this man handle me? Will he lose his cool? Why? Because deep down, women want a partner who can anchor them emotionally, who won't get swept away by drama, insecurity, or mood swings. They want a man who's steady, strong, and emotionally available without being needy. Here's where emotional mastery comes in. Imagine holding eye contact with a woman, not flinching, not looking away, not reacting nervously. Your face is composed, calm, confident. You're not trying too hard, but you're fully present. This silence, this stillness, it creates sexual tension. This tension isn't about pressure or force, it's about presence. When you don't immediately react to every emotional signal, you make her feel intrigued and drawn in. You become a puzzle she wants to solve, a steady force she wants to lean on. Every time you pass these emotional tests, by staying calm and unbothered, attraction intensifies. She senses your power, your inner strength. It's magnetic, but emotional mastery isn't about bottling up feelings or pretending nothing affects you. It's about understanding your emotions deeply and choosing how to express them wisely. It's about awareness and self-control. When you master your emotions, your sexual energy rises naturally. You no longer come across as needy or desperate. Instead, you radiate confidence and self-possession. This energy pulls people in. It makes you unforgettable. And here's the key. Emotional mastery takes practice. It starts with small moments, pausing before responding, noticing your feelings without being overwhelmed by them, grounding yourself in the present. Remember, attraction isn't about chasing. It's about being calm, confident, and emotionally strong. When you embody this, women don't just notice you, they want you. So start building your emotional mastery today. Hold that eye contact, stay composed, pass those unspoken tests, because every time you do, the sexual tension grows, and with it, the attraction. Now that you've learned how to control your emotions, practice detachment, and master emotional stillness, it's time for the final and perhaps most powerful piece of the puzzle. Build a life that attracts. Here's the truth many men overlook. Women don't want you chasing them. They want you chasing purpose. When you chase purpose, women naturally follow. Why? Because purpose creates passion, confidence, and a life that's interesting and worth being a part of. Picture this, a man fully focused on his craft. Maybe he's an artist, an entrepreneur, an athlete, or a leader. He's absorbed in building something meaningful. Around him, women notice, but he's not distracted or desperate for their attention. Instead, his energy is invested in growth and discipline. That magnetic focus draws people in like moths to a flame. This idea isn't new. Look back at history and you'll see countless Stoic men who built empires, led armies, and shaped the world, not by chasing romance, but by chasing their mission. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher emperor, didn't waste time trying to impress women. He focused on ruling wisely, living virtuously, and leaving a legacy. Yet his calm, strength, and purpose made him deeply attractive. That's the lesson for us today. When you prioritize legacy over approval, something incredible happens. You become a man who women respect and want to be around. Not because you beg for attention, but because you live a life full of meaning and discipline. So, how do you build this kind of life? Start by creating a daily routine that supports your goals. Discipline beats pleasure every time. Choose habits that challenge you, stretch you, and push you forward. Wake up early, exercise, read, work on skills that matter. When you build this routine, you build confidence, and confidence is attractive. Remember, purpose isn't about instant gratification. It's about long-term growth and fulfillment. When you live for the moment, you're scattered and anxious. But when you live for something bigger, you become stable and powerful. Women sense this difference deeply. They pick up on your energy, whether it's chaotic or composed, shallow or deep. By building a life that attracts, you don't just get attention, you earn respect, admiration, and lasting connection. So stop chasing women. Start chasing purpose. Build your legacy, and watch how naturally attraction follows. Now we arrive at one of the most profound secrets of attraction that most men completely miss. Inner peace is irresistible. You might think confidence is the ultimate attractor. And while confidence matters, there's something even sexier. Calmness. Real calmness. That deep, quiet strength that radiates from a man who's truly at peace with himself. Imagine this. You're on a date, and the woman across from you can't help but be intrigued. Not by what you say or do, but by how you are. You're quiet, yet self-assured. You're present, not anxious. You're grounded, not restless. That vibe, calm and steady, makes her lean in closer, captivated without even realizing why. This is the power of inner peace. Stoicism teaches us that the mind is our greatest tool. When it's calm, clear, and unshaken by external chaos, we become magnetic. But how do you get there? One powerful Stoic exercise is negative visualization. It might sound strange, but imagining loss, what if you lost everything you hold dear, can actually increase your presence and appreciation for the moment. When you face the possibility of loss calmly, you free yourself from fear and anxiety. You realize that your happiness doesn't depend on external things. That mindset builds an unshakable calmness. Now combine that with the crucial distinction between response and reaction. Reaction is impulsive, emotional, often chaotic. Response is thoughtful, measured, deliberate. When a woman tests you, or the situation becomes tense, your power lies in how you respond, not react. Imagine she throws a subtle challenge your way. The reactive man flinches, gets defensive, or tries too hard to please. But the man with inner peace simply responds calmly, without losing his cool. That calmness speaks volumes. It's louder than words. It's sexier than confidence alone. Every time you master this, you're passing a hidden test. And every time you pass, attraction intensifies. The payoff? Women sense you're someone they can rely on, not just for exciting moments, but for steady support. This kind of attraction runs deep and lasts longer. So practice negative visualization daily. When you feel triggered, pause and choose response over reaction. Ground yourself in the present moment, because when you radiate inner peace, you don't just attract women, you inspire trust, respect, and genuine connection. That calm, unshakable vibe, it's irresistible. Now, let's dive into a powerful concept that explains why Stoicism isn't just about calmness. It actually increases your masculine polarity. And this polarity is one of the strongest magnets in attraction. What is masculine polarity? Simply put, it's the energy contrast between masculine and feminine forces. Think of it like the yin and yang symbol, two opposing but complementary energies that create balance and attraction. Masculine energy is grounded, steady, and calm. Feminine energy is dynamic, expressive, and fluid. When a man embodies strong masculine energy, he naturally draws in feminine energy like opposite poles of a magnet. Now picture this. On one side, you have emotional chaos, yelling, anxiety, desperation, drama. This is low masculine energy. It pushes people away. On the other side, you have a man who remains grounded, calm, and in control, even when everything around him is spinning out of control. This is high masculine energy. It pulls people in. Stoicism trains you to cultivate this masculine calm. By controlling your emotions, embracing detachment, and mastering inner peace, you increase your masculine polarity without even trying. You become the calm center in a storm. And that kind of energy is deeply attractive to feminine energy. Here's why this matters in relationships. Women are naturally drawn to masculine calm because it creates a safe space for their feminine energy to flow freely. When a man is emotionally stable and grounded, it allows the woman to express her emotions openly, without fear of judgment or chaos. This dance of energies, masculine calm meeting feminine expressiveness, is the foundation of strong attraction and deep connection. And notice when a man doesn't flinch or escalate drama, but remains calm and steady instead. No phone for 2 hours after waking. Technology can hijack your focus and flood your mind with distractions and external validation seeking. Start your day phone free for at least 2 hours. Use that time to connect with yourself, read, meditate, plan, or simply be present. This creates mental space for purpose and discipline, helping you avoid the trap of chasing approval through social media or messages. Practice memento mori, remember death. This might sound heavy, but it's a cornerstone of Stoic thought. Reminding yourself daily that life is finite brings clarity and urgency to how you live. When you embrace this, trivial worries and fear of rejection lose power. You start to value every moment and live fully, which radiates strength and confidence. This mindset attracts women who seek a man with depth and purpose. How to start today? You don't have to overhaul your life all at once. Pick one habit from this list and commit to it for the next week. Notice how your energy changes, how your mind sharpens, and how your confidence grows. Then add another habit. Slowly but surely, you're building a foundation that naturally attracts women, not through manipulation, but by becoming the best version of yourself. Remember, attraction is less about chasing external validation and more about cultivating inner strength, calm, and purpose. The Stoics teach us that happiness and attraction come from mastering ourselves, not from controlling others. So stop chasing, start becoming. That's when women start noticing. Subscribe for more Stoic strategies. Become the magnet. If you found value in these Stoic secrets, hit that subscribe button to unlock more strategies that will help you become the kind of man women can't help but notice without saying a single word. And here's a challenge. For you, drop a comment below right now with the words Stoic Energy if you're ready to attract effortlessly by mastering your mind and energy. Remember, attraction starts from within. Become the calm in the storm. Become the magnet.